Hello boys and girls, my name is Darkness and I'm here to bring you a short video on magnetizing necron, immortal / deathmarks into being both. I did post a video earlier just showing you these, and they weren't done when I was made the video originally, so I wanted to show them to you now and give it more in depth of what exactly I did. I have magnetized all 5, but there's still enough here and they're separate, and I can give you an idea of what I did and how you can replicate it or even make it better. Right now, I started off, I glued the legs and the torso together, just the front part of the torso. Don't magnetize the back, or you are going to magnetize the back, but don't glue on the back of it just yet, because there's 2 separate backings you can use. There's the deathmark back and the immortal back, and you want to have both. So it'd make no sense just to do one. So for this one, you are going to put a magnet on the top of the head where you would normally have the head right here, placed right here, and you are going to place a magnet right in here. It's hard to see because it's kind of painted over now, but there's a magnet in here. In order to put that magnet in there, you're going to have to scrape out some of the plastic just so you could fit that magnet in there into the center. Make sure it's in the center though, because if you do it off the side and you try to magnetize something else, it's not going to line up very right. So yep, there's that. And when you magnetize any of these, make sure that you check your magnetization before you do it. I've had to do this several times over because I'd placed one on there, think it's right, and glue it to another piece, only to find that they actually repel each other instead of attracting each other. Sorry. So it's not something you want to do. You got to make sure you don't do that. So you have this piece. You have the individual torso itself. This is a deathmark, or sorry, an immortal one. It has 3 magnets, or 4 magnets on it. 2 on the sides for the arms. 1 for the weapon, 1 for the regular arm, one in the center. So you can magnetize these 2 pieces together. So now they fit together. They're magnetized. It's not glued. Nothing's holding it together. I'm not. It's just a little off in alignment a little bit, just because of my part. So because you're going to have your magnet here, and then your magnet here, and then your one in the center, so to keep these 2 pieces together. And then also on this other side of this magnet, you're going to, or on this piece, you're going to put a magnet on the back. That is for the little spines we receive. We only receive 5 in a box, so you have to magnetize these if you want it to use it on both a deathmark and immortal backing. Because if you just do it on one, we'll both require it to make it look complete. So here's a deathmark backing. Same thing with a immortal. Immortal backing, you use the same spots, same technique. It's right here, 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 and here on the back. So you can use the spine on this one, and you could use the spine and this one as well. So it's very important you do that. Other thing you do need to magnetize is the heads. There are 2 separate heads. You have your immortal head, which you have to magnetize. See if I can show this. At the bottom, the base, closer to the neck, right here. I find that's a very good place to magnetize because it matches up quite well with the actual, when it's on the actual head. The head is extended though, which I think really kind of adds to it. It makes it a little bit more robotic, I suppose. And then you also need to magnetize all your immortal heads as well, just like that. It's a lot of repetition. Make sure all the pieces attach together how they're supposed to with the magnetization. It's very, very important. And then for each one of these backings, you have to do the one on the right. That's for the arms like this. There is 10 different arms, so you have to magnetize 10 different arms and each one on the different backings. So there's going to be 5 for this backing and 5 for the other one. In total, you're going to use about 70 total magnets, which I didn't necessarily have to do. In theory, you could use a piece of metal instead of a magnet. Right here, you could, instead of using the magnets on these, you could use pieces of metal instead of these two. Or right here even. Just make sure that it's going to be strong enough to hold it together and it's not going to wear out as much over time. Pretty simple, straightforward. I use magnets. It's just more expensive, but it's going to make sure your ones fit together nice and securely. Next is the weapons, which is very important as well. Your immortals come with 2 different weapons. They have your Tesla carbines and your Gauss blasters, I believe. So you need to have both. The only thing that with this, though, is this won't match, unfortunately. Since I had to outchange them, it's not going to fit together perfectly. You know, see, there's going to be a gap here. There's probably something you guys can do, just make it a little bit more better looking or fit better. Maybe just add some extra little pieces over here. Maybe because there is going to be that gap there. Then you just switch it out with the other gun as well, and then you put another arm on. An arm on here. The arms might not match up as well. It looks all right though, I believe. So yeah. So that's pretty much it, except for the deathmark as well. I'll show you one of those, which is quite simple as well. It's the same process. Here's a different one. Ta-da. I don't want that head. So there's the deathmark. Looks better, I think. So yeah, it's very similar things. The only differences is the gun, the head, the backing. But you could use the arms as well. You might want to organize the arms so you know which one is actually supposed to go to which. Or if you really don't matter how well it lines up, then you could use it this way as well. Thank you for watching. In no mind, this is the best. This is something I thought of, and I didn't see anything else out there on how to do this, so I had to think out of the box. Literally, out of my Warhammer box. So, thank you for watching the video. Like, rate, subscribe, and do all that. And keep in touch for more.